Good morning, guys. Welcome back to Wednesday's video here at Barham Engines. So guys, firstly, the milling machine ain't sounding too great. The rapid feed seems to be getting less rapid by the week, and it sounds a little bit rough in there, so we might have to get in there and investigate one of these days. But anyway, we've got the Cosworth on here, guys. I've rough bored it. All I've got to do is hone these liners, and I'm just facing the block now. And you can see I've left about 20 thou proud of these top hat liners. Got them in yesterday, so we've got to face the block, just deck it, note how much we've took off the block. You can see actually over here where it's started to touch around the bolt hole. So as I've said before in the videos, you can see round this area where the stud holes pull up eventually. They clean round here. That's one way you can tell how the cast iron has pulled up, where the bolt hole's under tension. Then eventually what they do, they just crack into the waterway, and that's one reason why we have to long stud them. So we're going to long stud this one before it's cracked the surface of the block. Put the oil jets in. Job is a good one. Now, if we go through to the engine build room, you can see we're getting a little bit more crowded here, guys, with engines. But the V6 Isaac is cracking right on with this one. Big thanks to everyone in the comments. Actually, I did a video a couple of videos ago where we said we've got a bit of a problem on the crank and the clearance. Obviously, we said it was 2.7 inch diameter on the mains, but somebody actually sent me some information stating that the clearance, 1.5 thou clearance on that, is absolutely adequate, because it is a big old diameter and a very narrow journal. Apparently that is what LandRover recommends, so that's what we've gone with, guys. Torqued it up, massive torque on these main bolts. I think Isaac said it was something ridiculous, like 60 foot-pounds and about 180 degrees or something like that. So yeah, fairly whopping torque setting on these. Obviously it's a renewable stretch bolt, and there isn't just two per cap. There's 4 bolts per cap, and then you've got the M8 ones at either side to sort of cradle that. So the crank, there's no doubt the crank is fairly strongly braced in the block, but that ain't really the problem, is it? It still creates issues, this thing. So he's got it all built up. You can see it is looking a lot more fresh than when it came in here. He's got the heads on and torqued up. He set a big old torque on the head bolts, and you can see by the head of the bolt, absolutely massive blooming things they are. So he's cam lubed it all up. He's going to get the cams in. The only thing we've got to come is a cam bout kit, which we're going to get from down the road at Ultra Parts. But he's cracking right on with this one, guys. He's just squeezing the hydraulics out, because the hydraulics are fairly new on this. It's obviously a fairly new motor, to be fair. So yeah, well on the way with this. I would have thought by the end of the week we should be almost there. This is the cylinder head for the Cosworth block that I'm putting the liners in. You can see it's actually, when I've turned it over, it's all been done. So I spoke to the customer and he said, yeah, this one's been done. It's all nicely ported and that. He just wants it all checked out, make sure it's all good. So that is what we're going to do. Just remove my coffee glass here. Another cappuccino we've had. The coffee machine proving to be an absolute gem, guys. Probably doing the same amount of money in coffee beans than we was down Greg's. Not really, but almost. Trouble is, because it's here, we tend to be using it. My wife has been down to Booker's and got us some nice caramel syrup, so a little drop of that in the morning. Lovely, just wakes you up nicely. Takes the edge off the plain coffee-ness. So the Ingenium, guys, that is all ready to go. I check the ring gaps, put the rings on the pistons for the customer, and just pop them down the holes. He's got the con rods, so we took the oil cooler off, obviously, stuck it in the box, but we said, look, we recommend you replace the oil cooler. Never put an old oil cooler on a new fresh engine build. So yeah, quick update on the E30, guys. I went to see Ryan yesterday, had a little look at some of the work he's done. Looks like he was just, they spent a day or two rectifying some of the internal sort of welds, etc., and bits and bobs just to tidy it up, make sure it's absolutely perfect. Because Ryan, the good thing about Ryan is he does know what I'm like. He's seen the stuff I've had in the past. He knows how fussy I am, and this thing's gone now from what was going to be a sort of track-ready track car to, let's be honest, a bit of a showpiece that I may use on the occasional sort of executive track day, if you like. But yeah, it's going to be more of our, I suppose, our sort of flagship for the business, really. It's going to have our graphics on it, but it's got to be absolutely perfect. So the only setback is he wanted to discuss the C-pillar kit. So the C-pillar kit consists of the rear window extension that changes the angle of the rear window, and it basically just bonds on over the C-pillar and the roof of the car. That's how they were at BMW. Albeit in metal from BMW and welded on. But obviously I bought the fiberglass kit which comes with the C-pillar kit. When we've got in amongst it, it seems like the C-pillar kit in fiberglass isn't all it's cracked up to be. For a start, it's about 4mm thick, so to get it to fit you would either have to thin it that much out that it's next to useless, or you'd have to remove the metal off the car to make it fit nice. Not only that, there's some bits missing. There's the brace under the parcel shelf, and also there's the gutterings that go on the rear wings that marry up to the C-pillar kit. Obviously different on the E30 M3. So unfortunately, there's going to be a bit of a time setback. I've had to speak to Spencer Latham from BMP Conversions. If you have a look on YouTube for some of his videos, quite interesting. Spencer does these M3 recreations a lot, and he's got his own molds, etc., for all the kit. And I've had a chat with him, and he said really the best way to go is carbon fibre C-pillar kit with the rear boot gutters, etc. He's done me a good deal on them, so unfortunately I've had to order it, guys. There's no real way around it. To be honest with you, the cost is something that I probably could have done without, but it looks to fit the fiberglass kit. It's probably going to be about as much in labour, I would have thought. It's a hell of a job, whereas this just literally bolts on. There's hardly any fettling at all. So I've ordered that. Only setback is it's 6 to 8 weeks. So I've had a chat with Ryan this morning. He said that's absolutely fine. I've got more than enough work to get on with in that time. I'm not in a major rush with it. It's going to be a sort of winter project to put back together anyway, all ready for next spring. So yeah, I will inform you when it's here. Next time I go and see the car, I'll take you guys with me, show you around it, what they've done, and what they've sort of had to change and that. But yeah, the car's coming on, guys. It's in progress, and I'm really excited.
Pretty happy with this so far.
Looking good. Got
Nearly
the cams in, got the chains on.
Yeah.
So this motor is a combination of chain and belt, isn't it?
Yeah, it's got everything.
Triffid. So we've got the chain that drives both the cams.
Yeah.
Obviously only one of the cams on each head are driven off a belt pulley,
yeah,
which obviously is driven by the belt off the crankshaft. So this little design here is, I do believe, it's took from the Volkswagen.
Probably.
They started them on the old PD heads. And then we have got belts on the back.
Only on this side.
So that is what that drives the...
That drives the diesel pump, the high pressure fuel pump,
yeah,
which sits here.
Okay.
So you've got a belt and a sprocket there.
Yeah.
A belt that comes across and drives the fuel pump, basically.
Right, okay. So we've got new chains here, new belts.
New tensioners there.
I've got to go down to Ultra Parts and pick a belt kit up. They've got it down there,
yeah,
which
cool.
is nice. Timing marks.
So you've got, for these ones, you've just got a little line there, a line there. You just line it up with the coloured link on the chain.
Oh, I see. So you've got a dark link on each of the chains, and it lines up with these little notches here.
Yep.
TDC number 1 piston.
Yeah, for the timing. Yep.
And then there is your flywheel goes on, and there's a
little, I think it's in there, is it? Or
I think yeah, something that goes
like
in
that,
there, a peg that goes in there, just to confirm TDC. So fairly simple, really.
It's not too bad. It's all right to build, really.
No, it's looking good, mate.
Getting there.
And you'll be pleased to know on the 15th of July we've got another one in.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, ideal. Fair enough.
Same sort of thing, I think. Crank
yeah.
again. So, yeah, that's coming on. Now, a couple of videos ago, when you were on, you looked a little bit happier than you do today.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, head over to my channel. There's a video on there.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to tell you why I'm not so happy today. And
Okay.
that's basically because it's all gone pear-shaped.
Mate, it ain't gone pear-shaped.
It has, it's gone wrong.
Well, I mean, we can go and have a look at the car now. You put it on your channel, didn't you?
Yeah.
So let's go around and have a little look, shall we? Beautiful day here. As you can see, John's got the Austin out. Not that he's driving it. I've got the ski on the back. I'm going to show you the ski. Not that you're interested. I'm just going to show you me jet ski. Beautiful day like today. Obviously got it on the back of the van. Look, nice wave runner with the 1 litre 3-cylinder. Quite reliable. Touch wood. Was going to go out tonight. Not now because my mate's got rowing.
Oh.
So that's going to be going home and parked up again. Anyway, here's the Subaru. Look, guys. Sure, if you've been over to Bareham BTS, Isaacs channel, you would have seen this. Beautiful looking car. 03 plates. It's 21 years old now, this, isn't it? Paintwork's immaculate.
Yeah.
Wheels look really nice, and it's the Legacy, I think, such a nice, subtle looking car. Got the big exhaust, which I think look at home on that. Tinted windows.
Yeah.
Bonnet vent.
Bonnet up.
Bonnet up. Leather interior, all very nice. Got all the whistles and bells. Auto, which I like.
Yeah, no, it's cool.
And a very tidy engine bay, I do believe.
Bad. Yeah.
So what's the problem, mate?
Not sure. But
what are the symptoms?
The symptoms, so, happened this morning.
Right.
Sat-nav didn't come on while I was driving. Wipers wouldn't work. Pulled
Weird.
over, off and on. All started working again. But then it started feeling a bit weird, sort of when you come on to boost.
What, as in?
Well, it would go on boost, and then it would sort of just feel like it's all struggling and slowing down. So at first I sort of thought, well, it's either electrical or a boost leak or something.
Yeah.
So then when I got here, it was just idling, and we noticed that like a fairly loud ticking sound coming from this side.
Which I think has got to be to do with the running. I would say it's not. It's a bit of a.
What with
my opinion is it's maybe electrical.
Yeah.
So this thing when Chris had it had a cam sensor wiring issue.
Yeah,
didn't
it had some various cam sensor wiring issues.
And he said he sort of lashed it up to get it going.
Yeah, he's rewired it and give it new grounds and stuff.
But it's
yeah.
Then all of a sudden it started to. So it could be relevant to that wiring.
It could be. But what I noticed, I've changed the oil now, put the normal oil in.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, done that.
Oh, you've done that, have you?
So
when did you do that?
Lunchtime.
Bloody hell, that was quick.
Did you not know?
No, didn't know that. And does it sound any different?
No.
Brilliant.
But what I did notice when I had it on the ramp at Stu's, underneath on the bottom, you've got exhaust cam sensors. Obviously on the UK ones, you don't have AVCS on the exhaust side.
Right.
But these have got their own sensor and AVCS.
Yeah.
But they were dripping with oil. So I think maybe the O-ring's not the best inside on those exhaust cam sensors. That's off, yeah. I thought I had a boost leak.
You knew that was off?
Yeah. Took that off.
Right. You thought you had a boost leak?
Yeah, so I had to take that off. The boost pipe's in here.
Okay.
The one in question. And I could see the little splits there, and that's what I thought had popped out. But that's actually just where it clamps onto something else.
Right, okay.
So it isn't that. That's what I thought it was. But now what I'm going to try is cleaning up those exhaust cam sensors and seeing if it solves the issue. Because like you said, maybe if it's not reading something right because of an electrical issue, it's changing retarding the ignition.
So potentially, mate, we could be calling out for some Subaru experts in these comments here to give us some tips.
Yeah.
Do you want to fire it up or not?
I can't. I don't think I've got that off at the minute.
Off.
But I would otherwise.
Yeah. So if there's anyone there in the comments that can sort of come up with a conclusion,
I think it's
feel free.
overcompensating for something.
It's got to be, I would say, because it's
reading
idling at
something.
about 500 RPM
Yeah.
and sounding a little bit, and then it sort of gets a bit tappy. And
But it's not a very rhythmic tap, which makes
No.
me think it's not like a knock or a damage of some sort. It's just something not quite in sync.
Well, let's hope we come to the bottom of it, mate. I'm sure it's nothing too serious, but
Hopefully not.
try not to worry too much. But it's a lovely car anyway.
It's been great so far.
Yeah, you
till
love it,
today.
don't you? Chucked a few quid in juice.
Yep.
Never mind.
Oh,
Who
well.
cares, eh? Who cares
Yeah.
at 21? Yeah, very
be
nice,
done.
mate.
I do like it. It's lovely.
I'm sure you'll get to the bottom of it. Well, that is it, guys, for another video. As I say, please feel free to comment down below if you can come up with a reason why Isaac's car's doing what it's doing. I'm going to be stripping that Cosworth for the next video, seeing what we find inside, which is going to be hopefully interesting. Thanks for watching, guys. See you Friday.